At exactly 3:17 a.m., something impossible happens. No warning, no sound, no explosion. Every human being on Earth simply vanishes. No bodies, no chaos. Just gone. Cars drift silently off empty roads. Airplanes continue flying through the sky, with no one inside the cockpit. Cities that once held billions of people fall into a strange, unnatural silence. This is what happens next. In the first few minutes, the world doesn't react, because there is no one left to react. Planes begin to fall from the sky as systems fail. Trains keep moving until they derail. Cars crash into buildings, trees, and each other. Across the world, power plants attempt emergency shutdowns. Some succeed, others fail. Within hours, massive blackouts spread across entire continents. The internet is still running, for now. Servers continue to hum in empty buildings. Videos keep playing to no one. The last digital echoes of humanity slowly fade into silence. By sunrise, Earth has already begun to change. Pets wait at doors that will never open again. Dogs bark, confused and hungry. Cats wander through empty homes. Farm animals remain trapped with no one to feed them. Within days, millions of animals begin to die. But nature doesn't wait. In the absence of humans, small creatures emerge. Rats move freely through the streets. Birds take over abandoned spaces. Insects spread without control. Fires begin to break out across cities. Without firefighters, entire neighborhoods burn to the ground. Smoke fills the air, but only temporarily, because something much bigger is beginning. After 1 week, silence becomes the new normal. Most lights are gone, most machines have stopped. Without electricity, food begins to rot everywhere. Supermarkets, homes, warehouses, all filled with decay. The smell spreads through empty cities. Underground systems begin to fail. Subways flood as water pumps shut down. Roads crack. Bridges weaken. And then nature pushes back. Grass breaks through concrete. Plants grow through sidewalks. Vines begin climbing buildings. Without pollution, the air begins to change. The sky becomes clearer than it has been in centuries. 1 month later, the world is unrecognizable. Domesticated animals that survived begin to change. Some dogs form wild packs. They relearn how to hunt, or they die. Cities are no longer controlled environments. Without heating or cooling systems, buildings begin to decay. Wood rots, metal rusts, glass shatters, water systems collapse completely, pipes burst, streets flood, nature continues its invasion, trees begin growing inside buildings, forests slowly move toward urban areas. The world is no longer human. It is becoming wild again. After 1 year, Earth begins to heal. Air pollution drops dramatically. Rivers start to clean themselves. Wildlife expands into areas once dominated by humans. Animals roam freely through empty cities. Without constant noise, the planet becomes quieter, but more alive. Satellites begin to fail in orbit. Without human control, they slowly fall back to Earth. Some burn in the atmosphere, others crash into the surface. The night sky transforms. No artificial lights. Only stars. For the first time in modern history, the Milky Way is visible almost everywhere. 10 years later, most buildings begin to collapse. Steel structures weaken. Glass towers fall apart. Roofs cave in. Cities slowly turn into ruins. But nature thrives. Forests expand rapidly. Oceans recover from overfishing. Coral reefs begin to regrow. Animal populations rise dramatically. Some species once near extinction make a comeback. Without human interference, life finds balance again. 100 years later, almost nothing remains of civilization. Skyscrapers are gone. Roads are buried beneath soil and plants. Only a few massive structures survive. Barely. Monuments, bridges, stone buildings. Even those are slowly disappearing. The earth looks ancient again, as if humans were never here, and yet traces remain. Plastic deep in the oceans, radiation from abandoned sites, objects buried beneath the ground, silent evidence of a species that once ruled the planet. A species that built cities, controlled nature, and then vanished. The Earth did not need humans to survive, but humans needed Earth. And in the end, the planet moves on, without us. So the real question is not just what would happen if humans disappeared, but this: would the world be better or worse without us?